I looked her up.
So.
I looked her up to make sure she wasn't English.
Is she not?
No, she's not.
She better not be British.
Yeah, she's from North Carolina, so I would have been blood red mad. She's good looking kid, though. She's cute, though.
Blood red mad.
Oh,
that's an expression.
That's a sad.
Furious about you English people.
Well, yeah, I don't know why.
They're taking all the work. All of it.
Yeah, they took our job from the Americans. They're not taking it from us. They're taking it from everybody else. All right, Matt, you do. All right, you do your stupid. I mean, you're in.
You do your stupid. I thought we were kind of already into it, to be honest with you. Talking about Britt Robertson.
Yes, star of Tomorrowland, one of the many films coming out this summer. Hey, Matt, are we going to talk about some of those?
You better believe it. See you later.
All right, show's over.
Yeah. Are we going to talk about it? You better believe it. Just not with you people.
Just not with you. We're gonna hang up and do our thing.
And here's the music. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Triple Threat Podcast for this week. I am Matt Vaughn, and I am joining you from Halifax, Nova Scotia. Alex Vaughn, usually with me on the East Coast, but usually not right next to me. He's not here. He was in Toronto over the weekend, and he had a good time. We'll have to talk with him about that next week. But with us on the podcast, as always, Will Vaughn, and as sometimes, Ian Hanlin.
Hi.
I would say Ian's probably here more often than Alex is.
I'm closing in.
He's closing in, man. Like
someone with an Excel spreadsheet and too little time or too much time on their hands, go for it and figure it out.
Yeah,
no,
sure.
too little time. Someone who's like already barely keeping it together. Figure this out for us.
Waist deep. They're waist deep in it, and they're like, "Oh man, I don't have to. And I got to do this too." Okay,
the Pinsky files due tomorrow, but still figure it out.
I have to crack who the Russian mole is, and yet.
I was going to say that Alex hasn't been on the show often recently. And I was thinking this, too. I was thinking the Jacksonville Jaguars, you know how they played in London the last couple of years? I'm thinking there's games they must have played more in London than in certain NFL cities. Because they've only been around since, like, 98. So you can imagine that they haven't played everybody. Maybe
you don't think? I think
maybe they have.
Low at this point. They may have, but if they were in London for a couple more years, I think you would probably hit that point.
Yeah.
Why are they playing London?
Because the NFL wants to expand to Europe for no reason. There's been rumors of them putting a team in London for years.
Their owner is a guy. What is his name? Shaw, I want to say. Like, I'm gonna get this wrong. Oh wait, hold on. Or is it Khan? Did I get that right?
Khan!
Yeah. Nope, that is a Pakistani politician.
Whoa, okay.
Owner Jacksonville. The owner, I'm pretty sure Shahid Khan is the owner of Jacksonville Jaguars. He's not like he's a Pakistani American, but he also owns Fulham FC.
Okay,
and I don't know where he's based out of though, like where he lives full time. But he's international, and I think the idea too is also like Jacksonville plays in London. And then maybe in a few years, they're just like, and you'll always play in London as the London Rippers or something like that.
Sure.
I had heard that the NFL packages were being, like what you pay for over here, exorbitant fees for, were being given away for free in certain European countries because they're trying to build market over there.
Oh, okay.
I could see that.
So it's like you pay, $200 for game day or whatever. I've never bought it. I have no idea what it costs. But over there, it's just completely free. So people were hacking their IP addresses and stuff to make it look like they were in Norway and just watching all of it for free.
Free football games. Huh?
Hard to argue with that.
Yeah.
That's an idea.
Well, but if your favorite teams, but if you're, I'll say something about Jacksonville in a second, Matt. But if you're in your favorite team's market, like Matt, you're out in Halifax, right? That's the Patriots market. The CBS out there will always show, or you always get a Patriots game, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, we haven't last year. We didn't run into anything.
Yeah, it's like out here. You always get the Seahawks game on Sunday.
Right. I've seen some websites have like the maps of like what game you'll see when.
Oh, okay,
and I've seen some people do the Canadian version of it, which is it's simplified because it's pretty much just like Vancouver and often like the Western provinces will get one and then Ontario will get one. And
yeah. See, myself as a Ravens fan, it's a crapshoot every week. It's like, ooh, is it going to be on TV? Check your listings. I mean, unless I think they play 3 primetime games this coming season. But this coming season, we talked about this before the NFL draft just took place a couple of weeks ago out there in Chicago, the Windy Apple. And we already have Oh, gosh. The Jaguars didn't finish well last season, so they picked third overall. They picked Dante Fowler Jr., and he's already out for the season. Tore his ACL in the minicamp. And another ACL tear was Denver Broncos' third-round pick, their tight end, Jeff Heuerman. I believe it's how you pronounce it. So they're two kids. Like, don't play sports, kids. Like, can you imagine that? Like, the elation and just, like, that's the thing about football. It's so explosive and things happen so quickly. You just come off that line and just tweak something, and you're gone. You're out for the season.
That's sports, man.
That's sports. It totally is.
If you're thinking about sports, don't
play sports. Yeah,
don't sports.
Don't go outside.
Don't go outside. Don't walk. Don't go anywhere.
Just listen to Lonely Island's YOLO.
Yes,
exactly.
You gotta look out.
Yeah,
I like that tune. Anyways,
and if you think your mailman is a spy, then destroy him. So,
hey, mailmen are hardworking individuals.
Not all of them.
Hardworking.
I mean, that has to be true, right? I'm not just saying that to stir it up, but I mean, you got to think some mailmen are just totally phoning it in.
A friend of mine, he's applying to be a letter carrier right now.
Okay.
So he went out to apply to be a letter carrier, and he had to do a physical test. And the physical test involved, I think, like walking for like 30 straight seconds, picking up a box from one shelf and putting it on another, like being able to carry a bag on your Like, honestly, it was like what you would expect the mailman, letter carrier, because they can be women as well.
Right.
Obviously. So whatever you expect the Letterman, letter carrier.
David Letterman.
Not David Letterman. Hi, Dave. I'm Grandpa. No, whatever you would expect the letter carrier Olympics to be, that's basically what it is.
Nice. That reminds me of the old obstacle course back at the elementary school.
Oh yes, I remember Mr. McLean set up. He had a Mario.
Mr. McLean was our gym teacher, folks.
Yes.
Ian, you would have been around for this, right?
Colby.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got real mad at us one time.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh,
classic Mr. McLean.
What did
he threw his Nagano watch, his McDonald's Nagano Olympics watch. He was like, you guys want to waste time? You want to see time fly? Here, look, I'm throwing away time. And he took his watch off and threw it, and it hit the brick wall and broke. And he picked it up, and he was really mad.
He lost his those watches were like what $5.99 with a purchase of a McHappy something. A big man.
But he would forever have the memory of the Nagano Olympics on his wrist every time he looked down.
Use an Apple Watch when you've got the 98 Nagano Olympics watch.
Yeah, and of the great savings and healthy alternatives available at McDonald's fine restaurants.
Because you're a gym teacher, you got a McDonald's watch. No, he used to have a Mario obstacle course, and then when Jurassic Park came out, he had a Jurassic Park obstacle course.
Well, you were young in there. Didn't they have an Indiana Jones one right around when Last Crusade came out? Didn't he do one of those?
Last Crusade came out in '89.
You were 5. That makes sense.
I was 5. That was the first year I was at Colby Elementary, and I think that's before I could form a cognitive thought. I hadn't reached.
I'm still not sure you can.
Now, snap! Oh man, that's a Ginsburn. No, I don't remember that. I do remember the Mario thing because I think Mario Brothers 3 came out in 1990. So it was like a Mario Brothers 3, or maybe it was the Super Mario, like the Super Nintendo version Mario. Anyway, he had that, and then he had a Jurassic Park thing, and then and now people just the kids just play video games all day. They don't even go outside. They just sit in their keisters, and that's all they do. It's ridiculous.
Well, we're gonna talk a little bit about sitting in keisters a little later on because we're gonna go through some of the summer movies coming out this year.
Yes,
but I want to
preview. It's gonna be. You're going to be huge.
It's going to be huge. Will, I want to hear about you sat on your keister recently.
Yes, I did. I sat on my keister. So, yes, Monday, this past Monday was the 4th of May. And somebody had a Photoshop of Mike Tyson on Mace Windu. And it said, "May the 4th be with you." And I didn't get it until now, but Mike Tyson has a lisp.
Yeah.
So I didn't put that together.
Not many people know about it. So
he's very soft. Yeah, he doesn't speak very often. Anyway, so yes, So last year, Ian was involved in this. We had a Star Wars marathon at my friend's place. He's got a nice projector, on the wall. It's glorious. We had 2 servings of nachos.
Nice.
We did, didn't we?
Oh, I like that. That's decadent.
It was.
But we were still picking at the remains of the first tray, and all of us, there was just this unspoken like, well, we don't need any more. And then our buddy Brandon comes over with like just out of the oven, and it's like a boogie board of nachos. It was unreal, the amount of nachos. It's with like, slow roasted shredded pork on it that he'd like painstakingly made, so we couldn't not eat it. We're like, thank you.
He made an avocado aioli. Like he's
wow. Ooh.
Yeah. He's into it, baby.
You know what? I'd be willing to do almost anything to have some of that. What did you guys do while he made this?
Oh, we watched Star Wars.
The Star Wars prequels. I don't know if I would.
No, not the
prequels.
I
like the prequels.
We watched the oldies.
The original.
You guys the original. Okay, Will, you watched.
So that was last year.
Yeah,
so we watched the oldies last year, and then this year I was like, well, I haven't seen the prequels in a while, so I'll line them up. Partially because there was a gentleman on a podcast Ian was a member of that made a very compelling argument toward the prequels, and he put them in a positive light that not a lot of people do. Right, people tend to
they don't like those movies.
They don't like those movies that crap all over them. But he kind of played devil's advocate, and I want to plug again the Film Night podcast. Ian, that was I thought it was tremendous. It was 3 hours of every movie you could think of, and it was terrific. Done by 4 very intelligent film connoisseurs. So
it was very cool. It lacks a bit of focus in that it rambled on for 3 hours, but
that's okay. That's okay. If you got 3 hours to kill, if you're driving from Halifax to Moncton, that's 3 hours, right?
I get you at Crystal Palace. Oh, but don't go because it's not there anymore.
Oh, it's sad. All right, sad. So yes, I rewatched the prequels and I live tweeted a bit of it, but like just a couple of observations, and mostly around episode 1. One of them being that Yoda, when Anakin's brought to the Jedi Council, Yoda senses in him much fear, and I mean, I guess kind of he's more nervous to be meeting all those Jedi because he's a slave. He's a slave from a desert planet, and he doesn't really like act like one. He seems to have been like slaved pretty good for like his upbringing, right? He's not very like beaten down or whatever. So for a slave, he's treated pretty nicely.
They're like, this is the most powerful group of people in the universe, and he walks in and goes, "Hello,
ship, cop, Spader." Yeah, and Yoda senses fear in him, and like he's just kind of like, he's on the ship. He's like, "Oh, I'm cold. I miss Mom, and here's your poor snippet. It'll bring you good fortune." So he's just kind of sad. Like he's not really fear. He's not really afraid of anything. He's not afraid of anything. He's
pretty courageous, really. I mean, pod racing.
To the point. Well, yeah, I mean that's pod racing at home, so that's okay. Yeah. And then when he leaves home, he gets in a yellow starship, goes zooming into battle because it's on autopilot, and he's just kind of like, it's on autopilot, okay, and he just kind of keeps going up into space, and he's like, whoa! He says something about it. It's like, fix that R2. It's gonna get us both killed. Like he's not afraid. Like he's not the least bit afraid of anything. He flies right into the ship, and he's just like, well, where's the trigger? And like he's not afraid of anything. I think it would have been better if he showed a little bit of fear. I mean, he's a 9-year-old kid. He should be at least a little bit afraid of something. But I suppose he wanted to make him the hero that he really should have been in the second movie, right? And what he became in the third movie. So, gosh, yes, that's one observation. Another is just I think the prequels work better as a marathon, just to see Palpatine's rise through the ranks, just kind of as a senator in Naboo, and then kind of the Supreme Chancellor, and then to finally the Emperor.
Does that make his corkscrew attack with his lightsaber a little bit more palatable?
That was the funniest thing.
Palatable? No. Are you threatening to lost the Jedi?
And in the third one, when he gets thrown over the desk and he falls over backwards, and you can see his sock. Don't know why.
Sock! Oh my gosh.
It was hilarious to me that he's wearing socks. I don't know why.
I think it was a poor choice because I think the Emperor, like in Return of the Jedi, it was great because Emperor was the guy he's in charge of Vader, and he doesn't need a lightsaber. Yeah, that's what's cool. He just has Luke's. He's like, "You want your lightsaber?" He's just kind of sitting there, and Darth Vader's his soldier, right? His apprentice. So he's the guy with the saber who does this kind of dirty work, and he's just like, "Well, I got lightning shooting out of my fingers, so that's pretty good." So that's pretty good.
Pretty good.
So I don't think you needed to give him. I don't know. I don't think you needed to give him a lightsaber. I guess I think it was a poor choice in Episode 3 to. I think the lightsaber battle between Anakin and Obi-Wan should have stood on its own. I think that should have just been a very long, extended sequence. And I don't think you should have flipped back and forth between Yoda fighting the Emperor, because I could tell why George wanted it. He's like, these guys are powerful, but these guys are like super powerful. And here's a little CG guy jumping around, and here's another CG guy jumping around. Really, it's going to be Ian McDermott's stunt double.
I gotta say, the other thing too that really bothers me about the Episode 3 lightsaber fight, even between Obi-Wan and Anakin, is that they both have blue lightsabers.
Yeah, I think
that's crazy and bad and dumb.
I think it would have been cool if Anakin had a red one by then.
Yeah,
he was already Darth Vader at that point, right? Just
all you need is the Emperor to be like, I have this for you.
Also, I keep a spare.
Yeah, he's like, it's engraved. It's my name. It's like,
I got you a little something.
Now you don't have to get me anything. No, it's okay.
That's not what this is about. I'm just happy that you're on Team Darkside.
You got the cool name. You got the crazy eyes that kind of come and go. So
if you want to get me anything, I could use some new socks. But other than that, that's all I.
As you can see.
So yes, there's that. What else? It doesn't make sense to me that Jango Fett is fighting in the clone battle on Geonosis. So Jango, the clones are him, right? He gave him his essence, I guess. I don't know, but they're all clones of Jango. And then when they're fighting in Geonosis, I guess he's fighting before the clones arrive. Yeah, you're right. Okay, no, never mind. He gets his head cut off before then. I
haven't seen that second one in a long time.
Yeah,
all the Jango Fett stuff is okay. All of everything else is bad.
Yeah, episode 2 doesn't hang. Doesn't. I don't think that one holds up very well. C-3PO as an action hero doesn't work for me when he's kind of
he's on that little.
Yeah, he gets his head transplanted onto a battle droid and.
Oh yeah.
See, episode 3 is still my favorite one. I love that opening sequence. I love the silly science involved. Like just them just zipping around and like the opening of that movie was great. You know, when Anakin and Obi-Wan are taking on Grievous, and Grievous is a hilarious character. 4 lightsabers and 4 arms.
Yeah, a terminally ill robot.
Yeah, a terminally ill robot. He's like, yeah, he's hilarious.
Who's coughing? He's coughing.
The fact that he can hold 4 lightsabers and he can kind of turn it, use 2 of them into like as rotor blades, pretty much. It doesn't make sense that he could ever be beatable.
Yeah, but he did.
He's pretty much.
But he was. Obi-Wan did.
First thought in my head when I saw the movie, the first thought I had was, cheap.
Yeah,
that was genuinely the first thought.
When he's zipping around those lightsabers, like, oh, come on, man. I think the reason he lost is because he was trained in the Jedi arts by Count Dooku, but really,
is there a better way you could put that, Will?
Really, not really. In the Jedi arts by Count Dooku.
I just wanted you to do it in his voice.
I don't know if I can do a good one. I'm all nervous now that Ian's on the show. I can't do a good.
Come on.
Oh man, we're just butting you up here, Ian.
Yeah,
that was a raging Hulkamaniac you put down the other day there. That was good.
Yeah, well, Hulk. Sometimes Hulk turns into Hulk, brother. You know,
that's it.
And it's tremendous work yourself, sir.
Oh, come on.
Playing the entire team. I was very happy with that. Anyway,
Grievous is really heavily modded though too.
He's heavily modded. I think Grievous is just like a Lucasfilm employee. I think it's. I honestly, I think he is. Like, sometimes
Mark,
like
you want to be in a movie?
Yeah, he's like, okay. It's like, oh wow, you don't even need to put a voice on. Just do it.
There's some guy in HR who's just like, why would you want me to be in your movie?
You want me to? Why does everyone assume I'm evil?
Well. Maybe it's because you smoke a carton a day, Scott. I mean, that's...
Also, I need those forms in today, or you don't get the vacation time off.
I cannot wait for Bring Your Daughter to Work Day. She's the light of my life.
That one sounds more like Bela Lugosi or something like that.
Yes, well, that Hungarian prince. Whatever.
This secret Santa is a perfect Rigo.
Oh yeah, those guys are awful too.
That's sketchy.
Still super racist. Those two.
Racist.
As a child, I did not pick up on that. You go back and
the super racist Gungans were a bad call, but yeah, whatever. I marathoned them and yeah, they're fun. Whatever, they're enjoyable to a degree, but that's all I'll say about that. That was last week. This week. There were lots of cancellations announced, unfortunately, in the world of television. I have a list here.
I didn't catch all of them, so I'm eager to hear about this because I don't
think a lot of people caught most of them. There's one. I'll get this out of the way. There's one renewal that I was happy to hear about, and that was a renewal for Undateable is coming back for season 3. Undateable did a live episode this past week. They did an hour-long live episode, which I found very enjoyable. They did a really good, when these sitcoms, when they change scenes, they have like a little like musical, like little gliss, right, or whatever, like a little riff, right? You know, the Seinfeld riff, the bass riff, and all that stuff. So they did, they did something like that. But what they did was they had an open mic night at their bar, and they just had a guy on stage with the guitar. So it's like play it. So every time they wanted to go to commercial, it's like, Max, why don't you play us a little song? He's like, all right, and it's like, it's kind of weird. This guy never sings any lyrics. He just plays music. And at the beginning of the episode, they're like, you know what we should all do? We should all like walk in and like look forward, like we're part of a cheesy sitcom opening. Like, okay, great. And that's how they did like their credits at the beginning. Anyway, so Undateable, hour-long live episode I quite enjoyed. It's been renewed for a 3rd season of all live episodes every single week.
Really?
Yes. Every single week Undateable will be a live episode. Chris D'Elia tweeted that, and I thought he was pulling a damn rib. But no, he said, it's going to be all live episodes, and it's been confirmed. Undateable.
That's amazing.
That's pretty cool.
That's really cool.
That puts a twist on it. And that's what you can do when you have a sitcom that hires all stand-up comedians in the cast, because they're all just like, we do a live show every week.
Like their bloopers were usually better than the show itself. I mean, like some of the stuff that Funches would say just instead of the script was awesome.
Oh yeah, D'Elia had a great line. They're like, he's in an argument with his best buddy, and he's like, "Oh yeah, well you've gained a little bit of weight since you started shooting." And that kind of like, and Brett Moore tries not to corpse. So that's some good news. A little renewable there. Unfortunately, we do have a list of cancellations. Some, I don't think any of them are shocking.
I'm
or surprising.
Fine with all of them.
Mindy Project is canceled. That could possibly go to Hulu. The About a Boy with can't remember his name, but that's canceled after 2 seasons. Backstrom, which was shot out here, and that's been canceled.
That's too bad. I remember I read a very small article about Backstrom, and I was like, I'm intrigued a little bit. Maybe
a very small article. Well, that also attracted a very small audience. So.
Sorry, it was a tweet. That's what it was. I think all tweets are small.
That is a small article. That's the smallest type of article, is a tweet.
Well, I think it was 140 characters long. This show Battle Creek, which I've actually never heard of, but has Josh Duhamel in it and Dean Winters.
Wait, that came out? Oh my god! I honestly did not think that came out because that was by
Vince Gilligan.
Vince Gilligan made it.
Yeah.
Liz Lemon's boyfriend.
Yeah, Dean Winters. Yeah, the guy in the is it Allstate or what commercial is like? I'm a branch on a tree and I'm going to smash your car. That guy's great.
Oh yeah.
So hopefully you find something else. Constantine is canceled.
Yeah, I could have called that one.
Yeah, the following on Fox got canceled. I think after its 3rd season.
Bacon.
Reed Richards' show Forever got canceled. Whatever. Heart of Dixie, and that's after a couple of seasons. Marry Me, which is by David Cass. I think it's Caspe. The guy who did Happy Endings, but it has Casey Wilson and.
I thought that looked good too. I should watch shows that I want to see.
Well, you should because they're going.
But can I actually have an impact on those shows anyway if they're on American networks?
No, you don't. Yeah, it's too bad. There's a show called The Messengers on CW that was canceled after 3 episodes, which is Ruth Stoof. A show called The McCarthys on CBS. I think it's about Senator Joseph McCarthy's family, right?
That seems like probably the case.
The show
sounds like stirring television.
The show One Big Happy, which is produced by Ellen DeGeneres. Do you remember the ads for that with what's her name? Fanouf's wife,
Cuthbert.
Yeah, Alicia Cuthbert, and some other people. It's about a surrogate mom or something. Anyways, that's canceled. So that's too bad. Resurrection won't be. Revenge is canceled. I forgot the chick from the chick.
Revenge is canceled sounds like a great line in a movie. I'm here to avenge my wife's death.
Revenge is canceled.
So I didn't mean to call
great
her.
Stallone line.
Revenge is canceled.
I didn't
harmonized Stallones, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to call her a chick, by the way. The girl from Revenge, and I actually can't remember her name. Emily Van Camp, is that her name? Anyway, she's in Winter Soldier. I forgot she was his neighbor. She was the nurse.
Oh,
Yeah, remember that? She's at the end. She's at the firing range wearing a CIA shirt. The show Stalker, that's canceled. State of Affairs, starring Katherine Heigl. Katherine Heigl comeback project, that got canceled.
Oh, man.
Sounds
Just
like
confirming her status.
And then a show
I
called...
know.
And then a show called The Taste got canceled, which I think is some like reality chef show. So looks like Taste is taken off the menu. Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
I'm so catty.
I wonder what it left in someone's mouth. Maybe a bad taste?
Oh.
You can see the variety headlines right now.
Well, that's exactly this. Actually, I'm going to go back. Taste didn't have the right ingredients. And the tablecloth,
nice. I like that because it's actually learning something about the show.
And the tablecloth was pulled from under the cooking competition show.
Okay, that's almost a bit much. They must have a pun editor in that.
When is it that puns became necessary in all news headlines? Like, they're all jokes. It's always a joke. It starts with a joke every time.
President Obama lost his head in an assassination earlier today.
Wow.
He was 50.
Yes, he was shot in the legs.
Gerald Ford is dead today at age 83. Remember that? The Dana Carvey? He was eaten by wolves.
Because he's going on vacation.
Yeah. So he's just doing a bunch of fake headlines. Gosh, that was good.
And then might as well get next year. Gerald Ford died today at age 84.
He was eaten by wolves. Oh, man, Dana Carvey was so good. Do you remember Louis was on Jimmy Fallon a couple of, I think it was about a month or so ago now, but he talked about how he was on the Dana Carvey show and he petitioned so hard for Jimmy not to be on that show.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I didn't want you on the show at all. I was like, anybody but that guy. No way we want to do that guy. And and heck, it all turned out for all of them. And Louis is going to be. I think the season finale of SNL is coming up soon. Louis is going to be
next
on
week,
that.
I want to say
Next week. Yeah.
Tell me wrong.
Well, you can say it if you want. You can be wrong.
No, I don't think I will yet.
Don't say it. No.
I won't
Don't
say
say it. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Yes. Don't. If you want to talk about the SNL being on next week, don't. Matt, okay? So we went through a list. Don't.
Will really wanted to back up that transition. Matt, oh boy,
boy. Matty, you have a list there, and you
got a list.
You got a list.
It's Schindler's List.
Do you?
Nope.
Oh, heck.
Oh, sorry, guys. Thought this was a comedy show.
No, it's not. It's well,
and even if it was that appropriate?
Yes, I thought it was a comedy show. When the jokes start, let me know.
Yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit about summer movies, and obviously I don't know if we're late. We're just kind of in the midst of it, right?
That's beginning.
No, we're just beginning. So Avengers came out last week. I've already seen it twice because I'm really cool. And this week, Hot Pursuit came out with Sofia Vergara, I guess.
And Reese Witherspoon, and a movie called The D Train with Jack Black and Yavis Maristan.
Yes, I can't stop listening to that cover of More Than Words he did with Jimmy.
Neither can I. It's unreal. It's so good.
It's great because it's just a straight up cover, but it's Jack, and he's such a tremendous singer, Grammy Award winning singer.
I bought that album.
Oh, the Dio one? I had to borrow that.
It's great. Yeah, it's terrific.
That's terrific. Anyway, so Matt, yes, you have the summer movie list, and I'd say summer movies and some are not.
Hey.
Yes, the D Train with Jack and I can't call him. I don't want to call him on this show. James Marsden, who plays the block for a lot of young men. Oh, my buddy Catherine Hahn's in it too. Oh, that's good.
Okay, Hahn.
Good personal friend of mine.
So we're gonna go through some of the I would say the major wide releases. So if there's something you miss, if you're wondering why we're not going to talk about May 22nd Sunshine Superman, it's because it's not a wide release.
It's true.
Same with when Marnie was there, the Vatican tapes, and Bat Kid Begins.
Yep.
Oh, Bat Kid Begins.
Wow. Oh, is that about the actual?
Yep. I imagine it's a documentary about that. Also, just at the end of all this, guys, I think I have a question about sequels. So if you could remind me of that, if I forget, that'd be great.
Okay.
So the summer movie season, I think we can all say is May 1st or the 1st of May to about Labor Day or the last weekend in August.
Yes.
August. So last weekend, of course, we had the Avengers: Age of Ultron. We talked about it at length last week. I still feel the same about it. Will, did you have any? Don't want to say second thoughts, but do you have any further thoughts on it since you've seen it again?
Oh, I just caught more. I just caught and like I actually read a bit about kind of the. It was a bit of a clustermuck making it. I know that Josh had issues with Marvel Studios, and he's kind of like, you know what, I'm kind of done with Marvel Studios right now. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it all the same. I think it's such an interesting franchise. There's no franchise I care about to like more about every movie, I think, than this one right now. And what I mean by that is that like it's still building toward this Infinity War. And that's the big thing. And that's kind of, and you know, I talked about somebody makes a comment of that in Avengers. I guess I can't spoil it quite yet. But it's just like there's such a constant build from about, you know, still from 2008 to now. And
so were they really building 2008 though? Like, yeah, Iron Man came out, but there wasn't really it was just like this kind of cute sequel thing.
Well, there's the tag at the end.
Yeah.
Thor's hammer, right?
Thor's hammer is Iron Man 2 in 2010.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I remember when that happened, I didn't know what to make of that because I still wasn't really sure what I was going to think of Thor.
Yeah. In 2008, we got Iron Man, and then like a month later, the Hulk came out.
Right.
And at the end of Iron Man, Nick Fury shows up and says, like, I want to talk to you about the Avengers Protocol.
Yes.
And then at the end of Hulk, Tony Stark shows up.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, let's talk about this program we're putting together.
Right.
Yeah, so it started very slowly, and now it's kind of building more and more as we see more of the gems. By the way, which gem was it in? Was it the reality gem in Guardians of the Galaxy? Was that the one they had?
I thought it was
no,
the
that was
gem.
That was the Aether was the reality gem.
Okay, and then
it was the. I think that was the power
gem. Okay,
I think so.
I was trying to explain. I went and saw when I saw Avengers the second time. I saw it with Sarah Canning's friend of the show, her boyfriend and her dad. So I was leaving the theater and I was explaining all about the gems to her dad. He was very uninterested, but I tried to explain it.
He wasn't
thrilled. Interested, and I can't take a hint.
I was like, yeah. So they got the Tesseract, and they got the Aether, and they got the purple one. I can't remember what the purple one was, but they got the Mind Gem and this one and all that stuff. Anyway, so
okay, so the Tesseract is the Space Stone.
Okay.
The Mind Stone was in is Loki's staff.
Yeah, the Loki Pokey Stick.
That's
what Kevin Smith calls it.
Kev. The Reality Stone was the Aether from Thor: Dark World.
Okay.
And it was the Power Stone in
Guardians.
In Guardians, yeah.
You know what's soundtrack I've been listening to the Awesome Mix Volume 1 on repeat because it's got all it's fantastic. Makes me want to watch Guardians again. So anyway, my very long-winded way of saying that I'm very interested to see where this series goes. Next year, Civil War should be a good one.
That's one of those things that when I saw like Civil War's coming out next year, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm into that. I wasn't really as interested in Avengers 2. I don't know why, but it just didn't interest me as much. But then I see Civil War's on the horizon. That's gonna be exciting.
I think it's cool. Yeah. You can have like an all-star movie. Basically, it's like all these movies are like, you know, it's the team, and then there's the all-star team. There's
and I think that the ending of the second one in terms of like certain characters is a big part of setting up the whole Civil War thing because they introduce more people so that there can be more of a larger scale conflict in Civil War, I think.
Yeah. And and again, like the balance of the characters. Actually, there was a scene in Avengers, and it's when all the Avengers are fighting, and I just look at them, and I'm just like, they're an interesting team because they're a team that shouldn't work, but like they're all so weird. Like I couldn't imagine assembling, no pun intended, a team like that. I couldn't like.
It's because they're all Type A. It's a team of Type A people.
Yeah, it's a team of Type A people, but I'm like, yes, there's a guy in a metal suit, and there's a guy who's a demigod, and there's a guy who's a big rage monster, and there's a guy who is a super soldier, and then you got all these other characters. And it's like, it doesn't make sense, but it does, because it's a comic book movie. You know what I mean? Oh, and also I figured out that Steve Rogers is my favorite Avenger, and I think he might be my favorite character. And I can't even really explain why. I just like him
He's great, though.
I like him a lot now.
He's a hero that is, like, you look at it and you're like, well, he's a Boy Scout. Why would anybody like him? But it's like, because he's good, and he's just, He works hard and he's great. And
it's what they messed up about the Superman movie. It's
Yeah.
just like, everyone goes like, oh, well, he can't just be totally good. It's like, yeah, he can. That's kind of the point of Superman.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Captain America. They took it. I think it's like their biggest achievement so far really is making a man who's a walking flag an interesting character. Like,
Yeah.
they did a really good job with him.
Very, very good
Terrific.
job. I watched Iron Man 3 again yesterday for the first time in a little while.
Yeah. What do you think the second time through?
I like watching that again. I feel like Shane Black is more capable of reining himself in than Joss Whedon is, especially with his dialogue. Because there's times in Iron Man 3 that are snappy and great and very funny. And I think it's Robert Downey Jr. at his funniest in these Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Him and the kid is great.
Oh, yeah. Very, very well done. And I don't think Joss Whedon really nails that as much. It's too on the nose. It's too... He can't separate himself from it enough, I don't think. He only... He's got one speed of dialogue, and it's Joss Whedon. And I don't love that as much. But Shane Black says that was very funny. Does a great job with the kid.
And I like I like the bad guy in that movie a lot too. I like Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce, very good, very good. Guy Pearce shows up in a movie, I'm on board.
Oh, he's great.
Yep.
But it's
You
like, I like
that.
the story of that character that Tony was such a jerk to him, and then he comes back. He's like, oh yes, I stood on that roof
He's
for
like-
a long time.
He skipped a meeting. I will destroy your world.
With my fire touchers people.
It is a bit over the top that he can shoot fire with his mouth, but they point that out.
Oh yeah, but
Very,
it's-
very good use of Don Cheadle in that movie.
Oh yeah, I love
Yeah.
Don.
Very good use of Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
And it still doesn't really make a lot of sense to me that at no point is Black Widow or Hawkeye. It just seems odd. Like Iron Man, remember the Avengers? His house gets blown up on television.
Yeah.
Nobody really says anything and nobody does anything.
Yeah.
Like how come the beginning of the next Avengers movie isn't just him being like, "Hey guys, what the hell? I was on television."
Yeah.
That should be Civil War right there.
That
What
should-
is wrong with you guys?
My house blew up.
Yeah. I was thinking too about Don Cheadle. I was like, kudos to Don Cheadle for just kind of stepping into that role and just making it his and not even thinking about Terrence Howard. Just stepping right in, just being like, yeah, now I'm Rhodes. I'm War Machine. There you go. It's me now.
Terrence Howard?
Yeah.
It was a good second casting choice for sure.
I thought it
yeah.
was
I
terrific.
love Don Cheadle.
I think
He's
Don
always great.
Cheadle's great. I think he steps into that really quite nicely. Anyway, so
May 1st was Avengers.
yes, May 1st was
May 8th was D-Train and Hot Pursuit, which we talked about.
Yes. Oh, at length.
Coming up this Friday.
Yes. This
First
Friday.
off, there's two movies, one of which is very exciting, the other which is Mad Max Fury Road. No, I'm just kidding. I'm more excited about Mad Max. Mad Max Fury Road by the director of the original Mad Max. Am I right?
Yes.
George Miller.
Yes,
Yeah.
George Miller.
That's exciting.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward
I
to
have-
that.
That.
I have not seen a Mad Max movie. They just look like insanity to me. Not in a bad
go.
way, but
Go watch them.
Yeah?
Go watch them. Watch I mean, you don't need to watch the first one, and probably don't watch Thunderdome,
Okay.
but you have to watch Road Warrior. It's
Yeah.
so great. It's
Road
like
Warrior-
so many video games and movies and TV shows owe everything about their style to Road Warrior. It's the Blade Runner of apocalyptic futures in terms of like sci-fi and Blade Runner. Like, it's just fantastic. All these crazy elements of like, in the future, everyone becomes a cannibal barbarian who rides a motorcycle with a hockey mask. Like that, it just made that up. And
Yeah.
it's amazing. It's so ridiculous.
That's why Fury Road looks so over the top. But Road Warrior, I watched Ian with you. I think we got back from Whistler last year. We watched
That was part of that impromptu marathon. Yeah.
Yeah, we watched 5 movies that night. Road Warrior was like the third one.
That's a
Whoops.
crazy.
And
thing to do.
we ended it on The Host. That was a crazy movie to end it on. Anyway, so
Yeah.
Mad Max Fury Road. I'm looking forward to that. That was the one that was supposed to come out last year, right? That they didn't for fear of competing with the World Cup.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did not. Okay, I didn't.
Yeah,
know
they
this.
didn't want the international market to suffer that way. But
I think that I could see. I think it's gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna be successful overseas regardless. I hope that it gets. I hope people like it here. Although it does have a 3D release, which is a little bit too bad.
oh, you know what I
Yeah.
noticed too, and I don't know why I didn't notice this before. But at the end of the Force Awakens trailer, I just noticed it's going to be in 3D. And
3D.
I don't know why I didn't notice that before.
Well, I mean, you're just gonna not. I wouldn't go. I feel like 3D is starting to lose its appeal. I feel like are studios releasing less movies in 3D. Am I right?
I'd say more movies in
I
3D.
don't know.
I mean,
I didn't notice it in the Avengers.
I genuinely don't think that they're going to be more in 3D anymore.
I wonder if
I don't think so. I usually err on not 3D.
Yeah, the second time I watched Avengers, it was in 2D. Whatever. The second time I watched Avengers, it was not in 3D. Wasn't my choice, but actually I wanted to see it in IMAX. That would have been pretty cool. But yeah, 3D. I think it's I don't think it's gonna go away anytime soon. I'm not sure what to say about it. I think Fury Road will probably be in 3D actually. Like most of them are, right?
Yeah, it is, yes.
Kind of deal. Anyway, so Fury Road is May 15th, and that's exciting.
Yeah,
so,
it's coming up this week.
Solid
Also,
looking cast. Nicholas Hoult. I'm looking forward to seeing that kid again. He looks like he plays a very psycho character, which is very cool.
Yes.
He's in Nut Bar.
He's a bar nut. Okay, what else? Who else is out?
Also that week, coming week, Pitch Perfect 2.
Ah, yes.
I think I talked on the podcast about not really liking the original Pitch Perfect.
Yeah.
And as a result, not excited about a second movie.
Yeah, this one they're keeping the they're keeping the soundtrack under wraps. They're fun. They're all right. I'll sing along to it.
I like the first one. I just thought that the protagonist was incredibly unlikable. Like she's just mean for no reason through the whole movie, and then at the end she's like, "Okay, I'll date you," and it's like, "Oh, yay!" I thought it was very funny, but it was just like, "Wow, this main character is unlikable."
Yeah.
Which is weird because Anna Kendrick's incredibly likable, but she just played the whole thing really like, get away from me.
Yes.
I don't know.
It does seem like an odd/difficult choice for sure.
It's weird.
Yes. The week after, we have a movie I haven't really heard too much about, but I imagine is a remake, Poltergeist.
Ah, yeah.
Poltergeist.
Without that little old lady who's in the first one, I mean, it's really going to be lacking.
See, I haven't seen the first one. I imagine, Ian, I feel like you're kind of more of a horror aficionado. How does it feel? How do you feel seeing this coming out? Are you kind of like, well, don't bother me?
I was somewhat trepidatious when I heard they were doing it at all.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Poltergeist is a great horror movie, but it's never been, like, one of the ones that's super, super dear to me. So I wasn't super upset that they were doing it. And then my brother actually, I sort of forgot they were doing it. And then my brother Eric sent me the trailer. He was like, have you seen the trailer for Poltergeist? I went, no. So I watched it, and it really, really impressed me. So I'm actually really looking forward to that one because you don't usually get a lot of horror movies in the summer. And I really like them. And this year, I think we get 2 because we get that one and then
Insidious Chapter 3.
So 3 then because we get Insidious Chapter 3 and Maggie came out this week with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Which we didn't talk about because it was in limited release. Yes, it did.
Him and Abby Breslin, yeah. Something worth noting about the Poltergeist remake. 2 things. For me, what changed the... maybe Texas Chainsaw did that in 2003, but for me, what changed the horror remake landscape was the Evil Dead remake that came out 2 or 3 years ago. That was tremendous. That kind of changed my opinion on like going from like, why would you do that to like, this is kind of a good idea. So Poltergeist, I haven't seen the trailer, but if Eric is stamp approval, then that's something worth noting.
Think.
The
Also,
cast is
I think there's a red band.
Sam Rockwell's in it, and Jared Harris.
And Rosemary DeWitt. Jared Harris, Rosemary DeWitt, previously on Mad Men.
There you go. So
I think it's a full R rating. Like I think it's an R-rated film rather than like it. Yeah, I think so. Rather than being like a PG-13.
No, I see PG-13 here in the state. I see PG-13 here on IMDb. Yes.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah, you wish, pal. Ian.
Oh well.
I know.
An unrated cut.
I think the original is only PG anyway, and the original is twisted.
Yes. They used to show that on television. My wife remembers watching it growing up, and she does not like horror movies. It was just on television because it was PG.
By the way, Poltergeist
and Steven Spielberg's name was on it.
Exactly. Like, it can't be that bad.
Yeah. And
Steven Spielberg wouldn't make a terrifying movie.
And it's going to be in 3D, by the way. Just going to throw that out there, too.
Oh, boy.
So
okay, there we go.
Scary Clowns in 3D.
Also in
clown scarier.
Also in 3D. I don't have Poltergeist being a 3D release, Will.
Yeah, it's on the posters.
That's okay. Also on that day, Tomorrowland is in 3D. That's Brad Bird, who previously was with Pixar. He did The Incredibles, and he also did the really good, very popular in this podcast, Ghost Protes.
Ghost Protes.
He was on The Simpsons for years. And
was he really?
Yes, he was. Oh, that's where he came from, brother. And I mean that because you're literally my brother.
You're literally my brother. So we're back in Britt Robertson land. As we were at the beginning of the podcast. Oh, I see Damon Lindelof has a credit for this, which doesn't make me super excited, but that's okay. I I'm a little apprehensive about him, but Tomorrowland looks good. I don't know. I saw a trailer for Tomorrowland. I still can't really figure out what it is, and I think I'll wait and see a little bit to see what people say about it. And if they say good things, I'll see, and if they don't, I'll probably hold off. It's not automatic for me.
I'm curious about the tone. I don't know what it is.
Kids movie almost? Like, isn't Tomorrowland a part of Disney World?
It's part of Disney. Yeah. It's a Disney summer release, so I can't really see them blowing it too bad.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm.
I mean, Lone Ranger was fantastic. So that's
okay. You
crushing it.
Just a second, Mister.
You're right. John Carter was great.
Hey, just a second. No, John Carter came out in March, didn't it?
I think it did.
Yeah.
So the week after Tomorrowland is there's a movie called Aloha.
A movie called Next Week Land. Aloha. Okay.
Aloha. I can't say it. Hold on, I gotta look this up to have any idea what it is.
Emma Stone.
It sounds like a terrible Adam Sandler movie, is what it sounds like.
Well,
It does,
exactly.
but it's by Cameron Crowe.
Oh, no kidding.
A celebrated military contractor returns to the site of his greatest career triumphs and reconnects with a long-ago love while unexpectedly falling for the hard-charging Air Force watchdog assigned to him. So I'm going to guess the military contractor is Bradley Cooper, the long-ago love is Rachel McAdams, and the hard-charging Air Force watchdog is either Emma Stone or Ivana Milicevic.
It's Emma Stone. I remember seeing that trailer.
Oh, okay.
And she doesn't strike me as the hard-nosed military watchdog type.
No.
I don't know.
She still strikes me as 17.
Yeah, I think she always will.
What is with Bradley Cooper having young love interests? He's been with Jennifer Lawrence in a number of movies. I've complained about it a lot on this podcast. Yeah. Might be irrational, but get a woman your age, Bradley Cooper.
Wow, he's beside himself.
I can't remember his name.
This movie also features John Krasinski, Bill Murray, Jay Baruchel, Adam Baldwin. Adam Baldwin? Not even close. Alec Baldwin.
Oh, boy.
And Danny McBride.
Hey, that's okay.
So, I looked at this and I was like, is this another David O. Russell movie? But no, it's Cameron Crowe. It's one of those movies. It's like a crossover between David O. Russell and Wes Anderson, this cast.
Right.
Yeah, it felt like kind of a Nicholas Sparks trailer almost, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, really?
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
That's a good sign.
And the second movie that closes out May is a little nugget called San Andreas, starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah, that looks so over the top.
He's so excited about that movie.
He's really excited. He's excited about every
all
movie.
over social media, just being like, "Hey, everybody, it's epic! It's so epic!"
I do want to see it in. I don't know if I'll see it in theaters, but I will definitely guiltily watch it elsewhere.
I like how they're making no attempt to cover up his tattoos now in movies. Unless he's playing Hercules, they're making no attempt to cover it up. There's no point. He could be a firefighter, helicopter pilot with a cool Samoan tattoo, right?
Yeah,
that's believable, entirely believable. So yeah, that movie, it looks so over the top. To me, it just looks like way too much CG destruction, and it's just like, all right, here we go again. I don't know. It looks like 2012.
Yeah.
Right? So I can't really see The Rock shining in this one.
No, he's gonna run from stuff and protect a young woman, and like that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, catch people, and
he's gonna protect a young woman and Carla Gugino,
like the way too attractive girl looking out the window.
Yeah, she is 43.
Gina.
Fine with that.
She is.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, 43. She's pretty spry for her age. Another 43 is old by any means. All right, so anyways, that closes out May.
So, and then we go into the week of June 5th. There's a Wednesday release, Entourage.
Entourage comes out on a Wednesday. Okay.
Oh yeah.
See, here's the weird thing about Entourage. Because Entourage was the TV show that was commenting on movies, and now it's a movie commenting on movies. So it's a little difficult, right? So I don't know how this movie's going to play out.
Yes,
I'm gonna see it.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it too. But I'm just like, it's something's been in development for a very long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's where they go, though.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know what they can do story-wise with it for like an hour and a half, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. All right. Anyway.
Insidious Chapter 3 also is that week.
Yeah, I have to see. I still have Chapter 2 sitting on my PVR, so I'm gonna have to check that out. I like.
Gotta watch it, man.
Yeah,
was it a good Shudder then?
Theaters. That's a good Shudder, right, Ian? Yeah, it's a good Shudder.
Yeah,
he's looking forward to it. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And then also that week, one that I'm excited about, Spy with Melissa McCarthy, Jason Statham, and is Jude Law on that one?
Jude Law plays an American.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and
Rose American Byrne. James Bond.
Rose Byrne yet again.
Rose Byrne, yes. So that one looks good. I think that I'm very optimistic about Spy.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Then the week after, a small movie, very personal movie called Jurassic World.
It's a passion project.
Yeah. Yes, starring Star-Lord himself, Chris Pratt.
He's making that one with all the money he made from the other ones.
And by the way, Star-Lord doesn't get enough credit for being a superhero who's not a superhero, and I like him for that. He's just a guy.
He's Indiana Jones.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
He's a dude with a gun and a cool coat.
Yeah. He would steal stuff that belongs to not even a museum, just belongs to him. Anyway, so Chris Pratt, everybody here is a big fan.
Yes, it's true. One of the sorry, I got to get off of this train, but I'm still a little annoyed that the movie was called Age of Ultron when the Age of Ultron was what, a week?
Yes.
It's more like Weekend at Ultron's.
Yeah.
I think they called it Age of Ultron to compete with Age of Adeline. I think that's why they called it that.
That must have been intentional.
Looking for crossover.
There's a movie.
I'm in the wrong theater, damn it. Yeah.
The next week there's a release. I have a movie I don't know. It's called Dope.
Oh, that's okay. Is it about drug cartels or something?
I believe if I'm looking at this one, it's the one with Zoe Kravitz and Forrest Whitaker.
By the way, Zoe Kravitz's second movie coming out. She's in Mad Max also.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
It's a coming-of-age comedy drama for the post-hip-hop generation. Malcolm is a geek, carefully surviving life in the bottoms, a tough neighborhood gang in Inglewood, California, filled with gangsters and drug dealers, while juggling his senior year ellipsis. Does it click through on that? It seems too long. Anyway,
okay.
So that's a movie. It's called Dope. The poster looks nice.
Cool. Yeah, it's got the palm trees.
It's okay. This is like it looks like it's kind of like 80s or 90s, something like that. There's a high top fade. That's gonna be worth something.
Oh.
There's another movie that's set in the. It's got to be the 80s, but I guess we'll get to that later on in this list.
Yes, I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to, but we'll get there. The next one, also that week, Inside Out by Pixar. It's Pixar's offering. We've taken a couple years off of Pixar.
I know nothing about this one.
This is about emotions.
Yes, the idea being that it's the emotions in a little girl's head. I think it's a family who's just moved to San Francisco, I want to say. So the emotions, there's like joy, played by Amy Poehler, sadness, played by the woman who played Phyllis in The Office, anger, Lewis Black. I'm not even looking at a IMDb, which I probably should.
Is this just off the top of your head?
It's off the dome, my friend.
Wow.
Brother.
Nice. All right, don't say that.
All right.
Okay, so you guys...
So the dad is Kyle MacLachlan, and the mom is Diane Lane, so there you go.
Fear is Bill Hader, and Disgust is Mindy Kaling.
Yes.
Sorry. And Jess Harnell is in it. Ian, Jess Harnell. We know who that is because we watched a documentary.
I did.
Yes.
So Inside Out looks good. I'll see that for sure.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I love... My favorite now for Pixar movies is watching the late show of them. So get there at 9 and there's like no children.
Yes, yeah. Make sure
Works
really late.
Did you see that they've recently announced officially Brad Bird's next movie? Is
before Tomorrowland?
No. Well, after that one is Incredibles 2 has been confirmed.
Yes, I loved Incredibles.
And Brad's back on.
Oh, good.
So that's pretty cool.
Good.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
There we go. The next week. There's a movie called Max.
Yes, I saw a poster of that, and it was just like I was pointing it out to Sarah's boyfriend when we were going to see Avengers. Like, look, there's a movie called Max. He's like, yeah, the movie's gonna be good, man. Mad Max. Like, no, this movie's just called Max, and it's about a marine dog.
Oh, yeah. Wait, like a swimming dog?
Well,
or a dog who's in the Marines?
It's like, you know that dog you get on Call of Duty when you get 3 kills in a row? Anyway, it's that dog. It's when you're on a kill streak. So this summer we have Mad Max coming out, and then we have this movie called Max.
Even-keeled Max.
That's just what it's called. Just regular Max. It's a poster. It's a movie starring a dog. He's best friend, hero, Marine. It's by the director. Was it producer of? Director of Remember the Titans and producer of Marley and Me. So that's gonna be a real.
There's gonna be so much Coldplay in that movie.
Oh yeah.
Thomas Hayden Church.
I will try to fix you.
That's not good for a dog.
THC. Yeah.
Dogs take that very personally.
Well, he's not Max anymore, but he's a Max.
Treat him just as well as you did before that.
He's a Maxine.
Just love him. That week also includes a little film called Ted 2.
Ted 2, yeah. You know what movie I just watched? And this has very little to do with Ted. I did watch A Million Ways to Die in the West. And there's two problems with that.
Yeah.
It's a comedy without a lot of jokes and without really a plot. And the whole conceit is just it's Seth MacFarlane, yes, is
Yes.
Judy Garland's son. Seth MacFarlane plays a guy who's basically hyper. He's a guy with a modern mindset who's hyper aware of how crappy the West is, and that's kind of the whole joke. And it's not nearly enough to carry it through anything. However,
It's way too long.
it's far too long. It's just it's just really. I don't think it went through enough filters, and Seth just made his own movie and it was back all. So Ted 2, I thought Ted 1 was funny. Even Ted 1 was actually a little bit too long too, which is weird coming from a guy who does TV. Maybe he's just like so handcuffed by a 22-minute TV episode that by the time he gets to a movie, he's like, yes, it'll be a 2-hour comedy. It's like, oh, why don't you skim about 20
I think
minutes?
it's the self-indulgence of a Judd Apatow thing where they just have free reign.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I guess Judd by now you're just kind of like, yeah, it'll be a long movie if you're watching it, Judd. So Ted 2, I'll watch it.
Ted 2, Cruise Control.
Cruise Control.
We've got some Canada Day releases. That's pretty much the only, because the Canada Day is the Wednesday, and on Friday there's no wide releases. It's just the Wednesday, which is the first is Magic Mike Double XL.
Oh, nice. With Kevin Nash.
Sure. Kevin Nash in that?
Yeah,
I heard good things about the first
Kevin
one.
Nash.
Kevin
The first one
Nash.
is not good.
The first
like
one's
Magic
not
Mike?
good.
Okay.
It's not good.
It's got Joe Manganiello.
I was like, hey, Steven Soderbergh.
Yeah.
What the heck is it? It's just like, naked men dancing aside, it just doesn't really have a strong plot.
Oh, okay.
It's just kind of like, whatever.
Well, yeah, if you're going to set that aside, then yeah, I guess.
Ian, I don't think you understand the purpose of that film.
It's got Tatum and Manganiello and Kevin Nash. The three of those guys in this movie. So
speaking of naked men, Terminator Genesis is coming out.
So I saw the trailer for Terminator Genesis, which reveals a major plot
huge
twist.
Don't say anything. Don't say
I
nothing.
won't say anything, but okay, so I won't say anything. So yes, Terminator Genesis comes out.
And if you avoid watching any trailers or anything like that, you won't see an insanely huge spoiler for the movie.
Yeah, so don't watch any trailers.
Yeah,
I will not.
But you will. Well, you will though. Coming up in the coming season, it is bound to be. It's bound to be on something.
No, man. I'll leave. I'll get up and leave.
I hope you can.
I hope you can. All right. So yeah,
Right at the beginning.
Terminator Jenny Sice is coming out.
Oh, it looks like okay. Hold on, I think there's another. I think we got another horror movie, guys. On top of the ones we already mentioned, The Gallows.
Ooh.
Is a wide release on the 10th of July, the weekend after Terminator 2 and Magic Mike. The story goes, 20 years after a horrific accident during a small-town school play, students at the school resurrect the failed show in a misguided attempt to honor the anniversary of the tragedy, but soon discover that some things are better left alone.
Oh.
It's like the Phantom of the Auditorium.
That sounds amazing.
The Goosebumps book.
Hold on. There might be an interesting take on this because there's no known actors and they're all going by their actual names.
Yeah, so it might be a found footage thing.
Okay, I kind of like that as an idea, though.
Yeah,
I don't know.
The poster is really interesting. It's just the date it comes out.
Hold on.
Okay.
The trivia for
not
it
going
says,
anywhere.
The trivia says most of the film's budget came from donations of people who worked with the writers before. Well, that doesn't sound very promising.
And this director's worked on nothing of note, really.
Yeah, but it's a wide release.
Yeah, all right. Well,
who picked it up? What's the studio that's distributing it?
It's distributed. It's
and Ian brings the podcast to a screeching halt.
ruining everything like he always does. What the heck is it? Blumhouse Productions Management.
That's fine. It doesn't matter.
Fox.
Oh
no, sorry. It's Fox in Malaysia and then Warner Brothers everywhere else.
Okay.
Fox in Malaysia. I don't know why. That is. Okay, anyway.
Malaysia.
So it's Warner Brothers.
Yeah, so that'll be something. Minions in 3D.
That'll be
so
something.
Minions is the
the little Despicable
spin-off,
Me
would you
guys.
say?
Yeah, it's a spin-off. Yeah.
So that should be. I don't know the trailers for that. I think should be interesting.
Yeah, but
great.
it'll sell a lot of toys.
The trailer was really funny.
It was funny. Yeah, to see Dracula gets up and dies because they wake him up with the sun
For his birthday.
Yeah,
And the next movie is a movie called Self/Less.
Okay.
Selfless. Starring Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, and Matthew Good from
The band?
Watchmen. No, from Watchmen.
Watchmen.
And Imitation Game. He's really good in that too.
Ben Kingsley. It looks like Ben Kingsley and Ryan Reynolds are playing the same character. An extremely wealthy man dying from cancer undergoes a radical medical procedure that transfers his consciousness into the body of a healthy young man. But all is not as it seems when he starts to uncover the mystery of the body's origin and the organization that will kill to protect its cause.
That's like that Tales from the Crypt that Schwarzenegger directed. He literally did one where it's an old man who's like, I want to get a young body. And he like gets a bodybuilder body instead. And they switch brains. Ugh.
They're everything rips off Tales of the Cryptian. It's time to accept that.
Goosebumps and Tales from the Crypt.
This movie also has Antoine Fisher, and it has Victor Garber in it. So VG.
Oh, I wonder where it was filmed.
That's a good question.
Especially Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, good old good Canadian kid. Right,
Looking at a movie
Deadpool.
called Self/Less, I'm reminded of Limitless.
Yes,
Yeah.
That Bradley Cooper movie.
or Selfie, which is the another TV show that was canceled that we talked
Yes.
about earlier. Okay, so there's that movie.
That's it. Then we're deep into summer at this point. I want to see if I can go a little quicker because I feel like we're going to run out of time.
Yes, we're running out of time. Yeah,
That's okay.
Producer's giving us a signal right now.
The next week, Ant-Man and Trainwreck come out. I want to see both. Trainwreck being the Amy Schumer one.
Yes, that's the Avatar one. That'll be like 3 hours long.
Yes, with Bill Hader and LeBron James playing himself.
LeBron James plays himself.
excited
Bill
about.
Hader plays, and John Cena's in it too.
John Cena is also in it. As
Yep.
a man who looks like he ate Mark Wahlberg.
Yes, it's true.
And I do want to see Ant-Man, especially because the bad guy is, the villain is Corey Stoll.
House of Cards.
That's exciting. Corey Stoll always just seems like a bad person.
in a good way.
Sure.
Hey, man.
Depends who you
Corey
are.
Stoll. Okay, for some reason I thought it was Steven Sarsgaard. Is that his name?
Stellan?
Stellan Skarsgård.
Not Stellan. Stellan's in. He's the guy. What's his name?
Wengers.
Yeah, he's in.
Oh,
Avengers.
yeah.
The Tesseract is showing me so much. No, the guy who was in. He was the bad guy in Green Lantern. Can't even remember his bloody name. now.
No.
No,
Strong.
not Mark Strong. He turned
The other guy
into,
whose brain
no,
was big.
not like,
Oh.
yes,
Big Head McGee. Yeah.
yeah, man.
I think his name was Big
It's
Head.
Sarsgaard, isn't it?
Yeah, but no. Yes.
I think it's his kid.
Peter
Peter
Sarsgaard.
Sarsgaard.
I think he was Blake Lively.
It's driving me nuts. Okay, anyways, Ant-Man. Looking forward to that. Because I was leaving Avengers and I saw the Ant-Man poster. I was like, and here we go. We got another one coming up just in July.
Yeah.
Gonna be good.
It should be good.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Then July 24th, Paper Towns, Pixels, and Southpaw. Those are 3 different movies, not one.
Yeah,
Um,
he said that. I was like, what? Oh, Kara.
I don't know what the first one is, but Pixels is an Adam Sandler movie with what's his name?
Oh, it's got
Dinklage.
Dinklage in it. It's got
Kevin James. Thrilling.
Kevin James and Josh Gad, who's in everything now. Josh Gad, # killing it. He's doing quite well.
That's a Chris Columbus joint, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And apparently, I was listening to him on a podcast, and he was like, "Man, Pixels, you never seen anything like Pixels." I'm like, "Really?
Probably have." That's a ripoff, and that's a ripoff of Futurama's Tales of Interest when the Nintendians come down.
Yeah.
I am Lur from the planet Nintendo 64. Yeah, it's a big ripoff of that. Have you smelled Donkey's loincloth lately? Yes. Anyways.
The next week we get a Wednesday release, a little movie called Vacation, which is a sequel
Yeah.
years later.
So
Not a reboot, just a
this
sequel.
is with Ed Helms playing Rusty.
Rusty.
Yeah.
I don't know why you couldn't get what's his name from Big Bang Theory, the guy who plays Leonard, who was actually Rusty in Christmas Vacation.
Oh, really?
Probably a scheduling thing,
I
probably.
did not know that.
Probably a scheduling thing, and probably maybe he's not old enough.
Because
but
Rusty's always different actor.
Yes, he was always a different actor. And there was the Rusty who was in that and Night of the Creeps. And I can't remember the name of that kid.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that guy? Yeah. Chris Hemsworth is in this movie, too.
Yes.
See him kind of branch out from being a good-looking demigod.
He's just a good-looking demigod in this one, too.
Yeah,
He's just not called as such.
good-looking
Pretty much
regular
doing
guy.
That Friday, there's a movie called The Gift that comes out. I don't know what that is. But there's also a movie called Mission Impossible.
Oh, MI5, yeah. Rogue Nation.
Yep.
That'll be great. Open
I
the
am very
door! The other door! He's just hanging off a plane. Oh, Tom.
No,
That's amazing.
Folks, The Gift is another horror movie. This is going to be a horrific summer.
I love it.
A young married couple's lives are thrown into a harrowing tailspin when an acquaintance from the husband's past brings mysterious gifts and a horrifying secret to light after more.
I know this one. Yeah.
What was the movie with that was out a couple years ago that had Frank Langella in it, and he has like half a face, and he brings a box like Pandora's box. What was that?
It's
one
The
called?
Box. It's called The Box.
Okay,
And that was based on a Twilight Zone episode called The Box.
Oh, wait a minute about the gift. This is not only does it have Joel Edgerton in it from episode 2 and multiple other movies. This is written and directed by him too.
Oh,
It's a Joel Edgerton joint, brother.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's always interesting when you see.
So it's got Arrested Development's Jason Bateman and Iron Man 3's Rebecca Hall. I like Rebecca Hall. So
Okay.
could I be more?
but Rogue Nation is happening, and that's going to be great because it's right in the dead smack middle of summer.
Dead
and that's
smack
gonna be,
middle, yes.
It's going to be delicious.
No, I think it's going to be great. July 31st, Rogue Nation. Tom hangs off a plane. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I'll take my money.
What's next, Tom?
The next week is Fantastic Four, Masterminds, and Ricky and the Flash.
Ricky,
I'm excited about Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that should be. It's going to be what's going to be. I think
Didn't think
it'll be
I would
good.
be.
I hope it's good. I hope it's good.
I like Miles Teller. I think he's good.
Yeah, I think it's.
I didn't like the Fantastic Four movies before, and they weren't super well done. But I just
No,
don't
they
think
were
that doesn't
bad.
bode well for them. I don't.
Oh
think.
yeah, Ricky and the Flash is the one with Meryl Streep, where she plays a rock star.
Yes, I'm glad that's happening.
Get ready for Ricky and the Flash. All right, cool. Meryl's
Yeah.
great.
The week after, the man from you would have to say Uncle, right? You can't just say UNCLE, even though it's
Oh, they're making a movie of
suggested.
that?
yeah, it's got
It's got
Superman.
Army Hammer in it.
Oh, and Army Hammer from
Yeah.
the very successful Lone Ranger. And Jared Harris is in that again. And Hugh Grant. Oh, okay. There you go. Bunch of actors. Oh, David Beckham's rumored to be in it. Thanks, IMDb.
He's rumored to be in it.
Wouldn't they know
They're
that?
not sure if he's in it or not.
They
They know at this point.
Oh, that's cool. That's a cool looking poster, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that should be good. That should be all right.
Oh, it's a guy. What's his name? Guy Ritchie joint.
Yeah.
All right.
Also,
that'd be
good
cool.
also a Guy Ritchie joint straight out of Compton.
That's the one I was mentioning earlier.
Yeah.
The other
Oh,
80s movie
yeah.
about
Straight out of Compton looks interesting.
NWA. The casting looks perfect. Looks
Well,
like
it's-
Paul
picked-
Giamatti's the first one there, which is intriguing.
it's the
Cube's
first-
son plays Cube, and he looks exactly like him.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
During
the
that
kids,
era.
The kids look exactly like the guys. Yeah, looks like a good one.
Like it's freaky. Eazy-E looks exactly like Eazy-E.
Yeah,
Oh, that looks good. As a very white guy, that looks really good.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Gotta
cool.
say.
All of us are. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh wow, yeah, the guy who plays Dre. Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's nuts.
There you go. Apple's Dr. Dre. And then there's a movie called Underdogs that comes out as well.
Underdogs. Okay, is that like under?
Sequel to Underdog?
See, I'm looking, and there's a bunch of underdogs, but they're all not coming out this year. So I don't know what to make of that. So let's just ignore that all underdogs is coming
Yeah,
out.
that never happened.
Let's do that.
We'll edit that.
August 21st, American Ultra, Hitman Agent 47, and Sinister 2.
Oh, another Sinister. That's another
This is-
horror movie. All right, this is a
Well,
horror
Folks,
film.
if you like
scary
horror
stuff.
movies, you're going to have a summer and a half.
So there's another
excited.
Hitman. Oh, who plays Rupert Friend? Is that the guy? Oh no,
It's the guy from Game of Thrones.
I thought that guy was in.
Transporter?
Yeah, Dario Naharis. Yeah, he was in Transporter. Rupert Friend is just this good-looking kid who's in a bunch of British movies. He was in Homeland. That was his big thing, and then in a bunch of movies. Yeah, I don't see him in Game of Thrones.
He's got a weird head.
He got a weird head, and he's gonna be bald. I wonder what Timothy Oliphant played. These Hitman movies really have had more legs than I expected.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
I don't know much about American Ultra, except that Walter Goggins plays a character named Laugher, and that's going to be worth something.
Walter
pretty-
Goggins.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a goodie.
Yeah.
And then, you know what? We're at the last week, and there's 4 movies coming out, apparently. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, The Green Legend. I think that's actually Netflix, right?
Ah, yeah.
Because it says
it's
IMAX only on here that I see.
Well,
That
unless they have
might
really
be
big
just a
TV.
re-release.
And
Yeah,
then
it
there's a
could
movie
be.
called Regression and a movie called We Are Your Friends.
Oh, okay. Well, that's very inviting.
Yeah, it's very nice. Regression is a movie with Emma Watson and Ethan Hawke. A father is accused of a crime he has no memory of committing. That's interesting.
Well, there you go.
That sounds like it could also be kind of a rough one. And
sounds like a rough one, you know.
And We Are Your Friends is a Zac Efron movie where an aspiring DJ looks to make it in the LA electronic music scene.
Hooray!
But it's got you got your Wes Bentley, so that's got to be good too.
It's got Zac Efron and Emily Ratajkowski from Gone Girl and the Blurred Lines music video. Let's be honest, she's most famous for that. So there you go. A bunch of good-looking kids in this movie. Good for them. And then is that what takes us out of the summer?
Yeah, that's it. It kind of goes out on a bit of a whimper, I'll be honest.
Yeah. Because last summer, I remember Guardians came out early August. And August is usually when the summer kind of peters out. And then, Guardians came out, and that became like kind of one of the surprise hits. So I think last summer probably looked a little better. But this summer's got a bunch of good flicks that I'll most def be checking out.
There's a lot of tentpoles this summer. Like a lot of tentpole movies.
Yeah.
And then, you know what? I'm excited because the fall brings Spectre, and the winter brings Force Awakens. So I mean, that's dynamite, right?
It's gonna be a killer. Yeah, it's gonna be a good sheeshin. It's gonna be a real good sheeshin there. Yeah. All right, looking forward to that. And if you're looking forward to any of it, people listening to the show, hey, you can find us on Twitter. We're on it. We're on the thing, right? We're still on that, right? Okay, good.
We're all on the Twitters.
Okay, Matt, you're at
MP Vaughn.
Ian, you're at.
I'm at Ian Stewart Hanlin.
He's still new at this. Alex is at Evonix. You can tweet Alex and scream at him for not being part of this excellent show. I hope he listens to these and just screams at us all the times he wants to interject or say something or disagree. And I just hope it brings him pain. I'm on Twitter at William C. Vaughn. Folks, join us next week. We're going to talk about so we look forward to that. That'll be a good one.
All right.
Yeah, who can disagree? All right.
Folks, thanks again.
Yeah, and there's the music right.
Ian, thank you.
Now. Yeah, Ian.
Hey, always a pleasure, gentlemen. Always.
Well, pleasure's all mine. I mean, damn, I meant to say pleasure's all yours. I always mess that up. Okay.
That seems harsher.
Okay, whatever. All right. We'll see you next week, folks. Bye.
Bye.